where we delve deep into global news to bring you the most significant developments. Today, we have a crucial update about the shifting balance of world power. Two of Southeast Asia's most vital economies, Malaysia and Thailand, have announced their intentions to join the BRICS network. This move underscores the rapidly changing geopolitical landscape. As Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim stated, "We can no longer accept a scenario where the West controls the discourse. The fact is, they are not colonial powers anymore, and independent countries should be free to express themselves." This sentiment reflects a broader trend among developing nations seeking to distance themselves from the dominance of the United States and Germany, striving for a more balanced and fair world. Malaysia, the sixth largest economy in Southeast Asia, made its BRICS announcement just 1 week after Thailand, the region's second largest economy, did the same. Combined, the economies of Thailand and Malaysia represent over $1 trillion in GDP, a significant addition to the BRICS alliance. However, beyond the economic implications, there is a larger geopolitical narrative at play that could reshape Asia's future. The biggest beneficiary of this new alignment will be China, for a strategic reason centered around the Strait of Malacca. This crucial waterway, over 800 kilometers long and only 2.8 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, is one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, with over 94,000 vessels passing through annually. Remarkably, 25% of the world's traded goods transit through this strait. China is particularly dependent on the Strait of Malacca, with more than 80% of its oil imports flowing through these waters. Any disruption here would have severe repercussions for the Chinese economy. A hypothetical conflict between the US and China could see the US military blocking Chinese shipping at this choke point, mirroring the current chaos in the Suez Canal, where Iran-backed Houthi rebels have disrupted trade in response to Israel's conflict in Gaza. This scenario highlights the vulnerability of critical trade routes. China's strategic response has been the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a $50 billion project aimed at ensuring access to Middle Eastern oil via a railway connecting China to the Arabian Sea. However, with Pakistan's ongoing economic instability, China seeks more reliable alternatives. Malaysia's entry into the BRICS alliance strengthens China's position, securing access through the Strait of Malacca. China's growing influence in Southeast Asia is evident, with trade with ASEAN nations rising from $252 billion in 2017 to $523 billion in 2024. Malaysia has emerged as a key partner, with significant investments like the 665-kilometer East Coast Rail Link project, which will transform Malaysia's infrastructure. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has highlighted the importance of balancing global power dynamics and freeing Malaysia from dependence on the US dollar in trade. This sentiment is echoed across BRICS members, who aim to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced plans for a trading platform to increase the use of local currencies among BRICS nations. Turkey, the first NATO country to express interest in joining BRICS, represents another significant shift. Turkey's pivot away from the European Union towards the BRICS alliance underscores the changing geopolitical landscape. For Malaysia, joining BRICS will insulate its economy from US monetary policy fluctuations and reduce currency volatility, benefiting exporters and importers alike. Jeffrey Williams, an economist at Malaysia University of Science and Technology, emphasized that aligning with BRICS will create demand for the ringgit and strengthen Malaysia's currency over time. The world is rapidly evolving, and staying informed on these geopolitical trends is crucial. We've covered Turkey's BRICS accession and the expiration of Saudi Arabia's petrodollar deal with the US in previous videos. Links to these discussions are available at the end of this presentation. In today's changing world, diversification is key. Malaysia maintains good relations with both the US and China, aligning with top trading partners. This strategy is vital for investors as well, particularly in light of rising inflation and the declining US dollar. Investing in precious metals is a prudent way to offset these trends. I've been a gold investor for years and partner with Lear Capital for their expertise. They offer a 24-hour risk-free purchase guarantee and have produced an insightful report, Digital Dollars, Dollarization, and Debt, highlighting the future status of the US dollar. With US national debt exceeding $35 trillion, the purchasing power of the dollar has declined significantly, driving up the price of gold. Malaysia, a Southeast Asian nation, boasts a diverse and robust economy characterized by a mix of agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Over the years, the country has successfully transitioned from a primarily agricultural base to a more industrialized and service-oriented economy. Here's a closer look at the key aspects of Malaysia's economy. Manufacturing sector. Malaysia's manufacturing sector is a major contributor to its GDP. It is highly diversified, producing a range of goods from electronics and electrical products to machinery, equipment, and chemicals. The country is one of the largest exporters of semiconductor devices, electrical goods, and appliances. Service sector. The service sector, including finance, tourism, and retail, has seen significant growth. Kuala Lumpur, the capital, is a major financial hub in the region. Tourism also plays a vital role, attracting millions of visitors each year due to its rich cultural heritage, natural beauty, and vibrant cities. Agriculture. Although its contribution to GDP has declined over the years, agriculture remains important, with palm oil, rubber, and timber being key products. Malaysia is one of the world's largest producers and exporters of palm oil. Malaysia has a highly open economy, with trade playing a crucial role. It is a leading exporter of palm oil, natural gas, petroleum, and electrical and electronic products. Its major trading partners include China, Singapore, the United States, and Japan. The country has been successful in attracting foreign direct investment (FDI) due to its favorable business environment, skilled workforce, and strategic location. Investments have flowed into sectors such as manufacturing, finance, and technology. Initiated by the government in 1991, Vision 2020 aimed to make Malaysia a fully developed economy by the year 2020. While not all targets were met, the plan spurred significant economic progress and structural reforms. Launched in 2019, this plan aims to address income inequality and ensure equitable growth across all segments of society. It focuses on sustainable economic growth, wealth distribution, and social well-being. Economic diversification. Diversifying the economy beyond traditional sectors remains a priority. The government is focusing on high-tech industries, digital economy, and green technology to drive future growth. Global trade dynamics. As a major trading nation, Malaysia is vulnerable to global economic fluctuations and trade tensions. However, its strategic initiatives to strengthen ties with emerging markets like China through the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) offer new opportunities. Human capital development. Investing in education and skills development is critical for sustaining long-term growth. Malaysia aims to enhance its human capital to meet the demands of a knowledge-based economy. Banking. Malaysia's banking sector is well developed, with a range of financial services available. The country's central bank, Bank Negara Malaysia, plays a key role in regulating the financial system. Islamic finance. Malaysia is a global leader in Islamic finance, providing a comprehensive range of Sharia-compliant financial products. This sector attracts significant investment from Muslim-majority countries. Transport. Malaysia has a well-developed infrastructure, including modern highways, ports, and airports, facilitating domestic and international trade. The East Coast Rail Link and other projects aim to further enhance connectivity. Digital infrastructure. The government is investing in digital infrastructure to support the growing digital economy, including broadband expansion and smart city initiatives. Tourism. Malaysia's tourism sector is vibrant, contributing significantly to the economy. Key attractions include its islands and beaches, rainforests, and cultural heritage sites. Cultural diversity. The country's diverse population, including Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous groups, enriches its cultural landscape, offering a unique blend of traditions and festivals. In summary, Malaysia's economy is a dynamic and diverse mix, showing resilience and adaptability in the face of global challenges. With strategic initiatives and policies in place, it is poised for sustainable growth and development in the coming years. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please subscribe, like, and share. Stay tuned for more updates in our next videos.
By giving equal voice to the sovereign nations of the world, the founders of the United Nations pursued a vision of a more democratic world, predicated on the dictates of equity and justice. This was a vision that consigned to the past the predations of the strong of the weak, the strong over the weak, of the rich and powerful over the poor and the marginalized, and of the big powers over the rest. That vision, in my opinion, has been utterly shattered to pieces. Today, we find that the major powers and those that aspire to greater international status are increasingly casting the United Nations aside for smaller, supposedly more efficacious platforms. As the powers that be continue to pay lip service to the imperative of multilateralism, we see the emergence of minilateralism instead, effectively becoming fragmented configurations of power.
Empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
Officer CJ?
Officer CJ.
This is the Chief Justice's office.
Today, Kenya experienced an unprecedented attack on its democracy, rule of law, and the integrity of its constitutional institutions. An otherwise legitimate expression of the fundamental rights and freedoms of assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petitioning of public authorities by a section of law-abiding citizens of the Republic of Kenya was infiltrated and hijacked by a group of organized criminals.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na hatuendi. Kwapa tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani?
I hereby put on notice the planners, financiers, orchestrators, and abettors of violence and anarchy that the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people.
Tumesoma katiba, tukajua kwa hii nchi ya Kenya, boss ni mwananchi. Wanasiasa sio boss. President ameandikwa kazi na sisi. Wabunge wameandikwa kazi na sisi. Maboss tukisema reject, wafanyakazi wetu hawawezi jaribu kusema continue. Hawa ndio maboss. Maboss wamesema stop. Kwa nini wewe mfanyakazi unaendelea? Uko na nia gani?
We say reject the finance bill. Nothing else but reject the finance bill. These people are clearly stealing from us and they think we don't know. We know they're stealing from us.
I'm a new dad. I'm literally 1 month old into this. And they're telling me you want to tax the diapers. Surely. Because you know real well that Kenya, there's no substantial company that manufactures diapers and all that and sanitary.
Vijana umefurahia venye wameact kwa right zao. Sasa hii ni nini? Hizi ni risasi imepigwa pale Jamia Mall. A female police officer ndiye amepiga mbele yetu chini. Alikuwa na target gani? Hii ni target gani? Hii ni peaceful. Ruto, you have to go. Mimi Zakayo, you have to go.
Just to answer your question, you asked about if we are ready as Gen Zs to talk to the president. We want to tell the president, Gen Zs, we are fearless. We want you to do away with the whole bill. There is no time for negotiations. All we are asking, Mr. President, is for you to get rid of the whole bill.
This is the second day of the protest after Thursday. What brings you to the streets?
We say reject the finance bill. Nothing else but reject the finance bill. These people are clearly stealing from us and they think we don't know. We know they're stealing from us.
With all of these abductions, do you fear for your life?
I don't fear for my life. Come and take me, Mtani Rudisha. Ruto must go.
I'm a Gen Z, that's the first thing. Yeah. And I'm very proud. I've read that thing. Okay, they are saying that to a Bibona multitude. Me, I've read that thing and I'm very furious actually. And let me tell this, Ruto. You are not supposed to use rubber bullets to youth And youth are not criminals. We are not criminal. We have peaceful demonstration. Actually, I did a lot of law. Let me tell you this. I know the Article 37 said, if you are demonstrating.
Katiba tukajua kwa hii nchi ya Kenya, boss ni mwananchi. Wanasiasa sio boss. President ameandikwa kazi na sisi. Wabunge wameandikwa kazi na sisi. Maboss tukisema reject, wafanyakazi wetu hawawezi jaribu kusema continue. Hawa ndio maboss. Maboss wamesema stop. Kwa nini wewe mfanyakazi unaendelea? Uko na nia gani?
Rais anasema anataka kuketi chini azungumze na majenzis na millennials. Is there any chance?
Bado hiyo ni mfanyakazi wetu nataja. Huyo rais wa Kenya unamtaja ni mfanyakazi wetu, tumemwandika kazi. Tuliamuka saa 12 asubuhi kumpea kazi. Tukisema kama mabosi stop, tafadhali president, sikia mabosi, hawa mama mboga, hawa bodaboda, hawa vijana hasola wamesema stop. Wasikilize tu. Kwa rosa. Yani hapa hakuna mtu anachukia president. Watu wanaambia president stop. Sisi ndio boss. Yani maybe tunataka kujua ni nani boss. President ndio boss, bunge ndio boss, ama wananchi ndio boss. Kwanza tuelewane.
Naam. Juzi tumeanza kuona Occupy Churches, the hashtag. Ndio makanisa yameanza kuongea, kuzungumza saa hizi. Is it too late?
It's never too late. Bado, yani wacha tuseme hivi. Mungu anakubali U-turn. So mtu yoyote mwenye alikuwa anakubali na amekataa tunamkabili. Hata wabunge wa Kenya tunawaomba wale walipiga yes wakatae.
Naam. Huyu ni rais wako President William Ruto, mwambie jambo tukimalizia.
Your Excellency the President of Kenya, William Ruto, you are my personal friend. Niko na namba yangu, uko na namba yangu. Umesikia? Wewe ulisema boss ni wananchi. Boss wako wamesema reject and stop. Uko na nguvu. Stop. Tunakuomba kwa upendo, kwa unyenyekevu kama boss wako stop.
This is a message from the youth, the Gen Zs.
Colocando. Olha, minha mão.
Mambo wanatumia hii sasa. Cheki. Waache kutumia hizi sasa.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
Handling weapons, these things always happen. That's why it's called that in the ISTC here, there are rules. Unfortunately, incidents can happen, they always do. And often it's unfortunate. So we can thank God that there were no fatalities. I'm going to visit the place where the rocket fell. But know one thing, those who are there to protect you, who unfortunately caused the incident because you see them posted around, they surely tire you out a lot these days every morning, because they have been reinforcing security for several months. which leads to searches and issues, but it's for you. It's so that no one can come here to harm you, because you are very important. It's a strategic location. It was in the context of the training era that, while trying to check a number of things, unfortunately, someone accidentally fired the shot. Those who were nearby, and the one who triggered it, were also injured. So they were transported to Delgado that day. Thank God they have left Delgado, with some after effects, of course, because a rocket is unforgiving, especially in the hand area.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where we explore the stories of black nations across the globe, bringing you positive highlights and important updates. Today, we focus on Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore's new security measures, a global shock. Recently, Ibrahim Traore's enhanced security measures following a coup attempt have captured worldwide attention. This is a high-stakes narrative of resilience, power struggles, and the unwavering spirit of a leader committed to protecting his nation. Imagine facing 9 coup attempts in just 2 years. What measures would you take to stay in power? We will delve into the dramatic events in Burkina Faso and reveal the extraordinary security protocols Ibrahim Traore has implemented to safeguard his leadership. Trust me, you won't want to miss a moment of this. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. Your support enables us to continue providing deep dives into global events and keep you informed with our latest videos. Setting the stage, the story of Ibrahim Traore. Burkina Faso, a landlocked country in West Africa, has a rich history marked by cultural wealth and political turbulence. Over the past few decades, the nation has experienced numerous leadership changes, each bringing its own challenges and transformations. Ibrahim Traore, the current president, has been a central figure in the country's recent political landscape. His leadership is characterized by a strong stance against external interference and a determination to preserve the country's sovereignty. However, this determination has come at a cost, as he has faced numerous attempts to oust him from power. Whenever an African leader decides to sever ties with Western countries or pursue policies that challenge Western interests, they are often quickly labeled as threats. This narrative has been a recurring theme in the relationship between Africa and the West. Leaders who prioritize national interests over Western demands often find themselves at odds with powerful international forces. Ibrahim Traore is a prime example of this phenomenon. His efforts to assert Burkina Faso's independence and reject foreign control have made him a controversial figure. While many within the country support his vision, external powers view him as a destabilizing force. 9 coup attempts in 2 years. A closer look. In just 2 years, Traore has faced 9 coup attempts, a staggering number that highlights the intense opposition he encounters. These attempts are not merely random acts of violence but are often orchestrated by internal factions with external support. A recent dramatic incident at the presidential palace involved a violent assault on the guard station, leading to a fierce exchange of gunfire. The objective was clear: eliminate President Traore.
Check a number of things. Unfortunately, someone accidentally fired the shot. Those who were nearby, and the one who triggered it, were also injured. So they were transported to Delgado that day. Thank God they have left Delgado. Well, it's just an incident, it happens. When handling weapons, these things always happen. That's why it's called that in the ISTC here, there are rules. Unfortunately, incidents can happen, they always do. And often it's unfortunate. So we can thank God that there were no fatalities.
A closer examination of these coup attempts reveals a troubling pattern. The perpetrators are often local actors, particularly from the Burkina Faso army. This raises important questions about the internal divisions within Burkina Faso and the factions opposing Traore's presidency. Despite significant support from the citizens, there are elements within the country determined to see him removed from power. Understanding these internal dynamics is crucial, as it highlights how internal dissent can be exploited by external forces to destabilize a nation. External influences and the struggle for independence. In African politics, it is essential to recognize the influence of external factors. Western powers like the US and France have strong interests in accessing Africa's abundant resources. Rather than engaging in mutually beneficial trade, the West often seeks to exert control over African governments, securing access to valuable resources through agreements that provide minimal compensation to African nations. This strategy continues to affect the political landscape of many African countries. However, Ibrahim Traore is not one to bow down easily. He refuses to attend summits with Western nations, making him an adversary in the eyes of the West. His bold stance is part of what makes him a compelling and controversial figure. Traore has also expelled foreign militaries from Burkina Faso, effectively preventing the West from exerting direct control over his country. These actions have made him a target for those who wish to see him replaced with a more compliant leader. Historical context and the fight for sovereignty. To fully grasp the gravity of Traore's actions, we need to consider the historical context. After gaining independence, many African nations, particularly the 14 former French colonies, remained heavily controlled by France. These countries were forced to give up significant portions of their bank reserves to the French treasury, a practice that continues today. Western powers maintain a stronghold over resources and military presence in these nations. In response to these pressures, there is a growing movement towards Pan-Africanism and self-determination. African nations are increasingly asserting their sovereignty, teaching their history, and fostering unity and independence. This movement is crucial for Africa's future. By understanding their history and standing together, African nations can break free from the cycle of exploitation and forge their paths to prosperity. The role of Russia and the path forward. A new player on the scene is Russia, whose involvement in supporting freedom movements across Africa introduces a dynamic shift in traditional power dynamics. In a landscape dominated by former colonial powers, Russia's support offers hope for African nations striving to assert their sovereignty. This involvement provides an alternative to the Western powers that have historically controlled them, allowing these nations to develop independently. Given the numerous threats he faces, Ibrahim Traore has taken significant steps to protect himself. He has bolstered his security detail, ensuring his safety with loyal forces who accompany him wherever he goes.
Unmatched bravery and skill. The sight of these highly trained soldiers, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, instilled a sense of pride and confidence among the citizens. The nation watched in awe as their armed forces grew stronger and more capable, standing as a bulwark against any adversary. The impact of these advancements was felt across the country. The enhanced military presence not only provided security, but also sparked a renewed sense of hope and unity among the people. Stories of bravery and success spread like wildfire, highlighting the positive changes brought about by President Traore's strategic initiatives. Communities rallied behind their leader, inspired by his vision and leadership. The resilience and determination of the Burkinabe people shone brightly, fueling their collective spirit and drive for progress. The collaboration with Russia didn't end with the delivery of military equipment. Russian officials and military experts visited Burkina Faso, offering their expertise and further strengthening the bilateral ties. These visits facilitated the exchange of knowledge and skills, enhancing the operational capabilities of Burkina Faso's defense forces. The mutual respect and cooperation between the two nations grew, creating a robust partnership aimed at ensuring regional stability and security. Today, Burkina Faso stands stronger and more united than ever before. President Ibrahim Traore's leadership has not only won battles, but also instilled a renewed sense of hope and pride in the hearts of the people. His vision continues to drive the nation towards a future filled with promise and prosperity. The transformation of the military has had a profound ripple effect on other aspects of society as well. Economic development, educational opportunities, and healthcare improvements have all been positively influenced by the stability and security that President Traore's efforts have provided. International recognition of Burkina Faso's progress has grown, leading to increased investments and collaborations with other nations. The journey has not been without its challenges. President Traore faced fierce opposition and numerous provocations from both within and outside the country. Yet, with unwavering resolve, he stood firm, undeterred by the obstacles in his path. His courageous leadership in the face of adversity has been a beacon of hope for the nation. The Burkinabe people, inspired by his tenacity, have risen to the occasion, demonstrating their resilience and commitment to the nation's progress. As Burkina Faso continues to rise, it is increasingly seen as a superpower in Africa. The nation's strategic advancements and robust defense capabilities have positioned it as a leader on the continent. This emergence as a superpower is a testament to the visionary leadership of President Ibrahim Traore and the collective effort of the Burkinabe people. The country's growth is not only measured in military terms but also in economic, social, and diplomatic arenas. Burkina Faso's influence is expanding, shaping regional policies and fostering greater cooperation among African nations. The story of President Ibrahim Traore and the transformation of Burkina Faso's defense is a powerful reminder of what visionary leadership can achieve. As the nation continues to grow and prosper, the legacy of his leadership will inspire generations to come. The resilience and determination of the Burkinabe people, coupled with the strategic foresight of their leader, have set the stage for a bright and promising future. The journey is far from over, but the foundations laid by President Traore's initiatives ensure that Burkina Faso is well on its way to achieving its full potential. This remarkable journey serves as an inspiration not only to the people of Burkina Faso, but also to the world, showcasing the transformative power of dedicated leadership and collective effort. The struggles, triumphs, and unwavering spirit of the Burkinabe people are a testament to the strength of human will and the power of unity. As the nation moves forward, the legacy of President Ibrahim Traore will continue to guide and inspire, reminding us all of the extraordinary impact that one leader can have on the destiny of a nation. The visits to and from Russia symbolize a new era of international collaboration and strategic advancement, further cementing Burkina Faso's place on the global stage as a nation on the rise and a superpower in Africa. Welcome to Noble Black News, where we dive deep and bring captivating African stories to the world. Today, we take you to Burkina Faso, a land of rich culture and history. This beautiful nation faced an unprecedented threat as terrorist factions from neighboring Mali began to infiltrate its borders. The once peaceful country found itself engulfed in fear and turmoil. Amidst this chaos, a new leader emerged, determined to restore peace and security. President Ibrahim Traore, with his unwavering resolve, vowed to combat the rising tide of terror and transform Burkina Faso into a bastion of resilience. Join us as we explore this remarkable journey of courage and transformation.
As part of our overall process, we have always wished for the beautiful and culturally rich country of Burkina Faso to leave this unfortunate state of underdevelopment and reach the prosperous level we dream of. To achieve this ambitious goal, we have undertaken many significant, impactful, and transformative initiatives. In the field of agriculture, in the field of industry, agribusiness, energy, which is very challenging and complex for us and is currently being effectively resolved in various domains and sectors of activity, whether it be in infrastructure and also the aspect of the defense and security forces.
Transforming Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traore's military triumph. Burkina Faso's capital, Ouagadougou, buzzed with an unusual tension. The streets were lined with Russian tanks and soldiers, their presence heavy under the hot sun. President Ibrahim Traore watched from his office window, the weight of his recent request to Putin lingering in his mind. The construction of a nuclear plant in Burkina Faso was a bold move, one that could shift the balance of power in West Africa. Burkina Faso, a land of rich culture and history, faced an unprecedented threat as terrorist factions from neighboring Mali began to infiltrate its borders. The once peaceful nation found itself engulfed in fear and turmoil. Amidst this chaos, a new leader emerged, determined to restore peace and security. President Ibrahim Traore, with his unwavering resolve, vowed to combat the rising tide of terror and transform Burkina Faso into a bastion of resilience. Traore grabbed his radio. All units, this is President Traore. Engage defensive protocols. Protect our citizens and support our Russian allies. Mr. President, the Russian commander is here to see you, announced his aide. Traore turned to greet General Sergei Ivanov, a hulking figure in full combat gear. General Ivanov, welcome, Traore said. Extending his hand, I trust your men are settling in well. Ivanov's grip was firm indeed. Mr. President, we're ready to begin the training exercises. But first, there's the matter of the nuclear plant. The incursions from Mali were brutal and relentless. Terrorist groups, well armed and ruthless, targeted villages and towns, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The local population, caught in the crossfire, lived in constant fear. The government, recognizing the gravity of the situation, needed a decisive plan to counter this menace. President Traore, newly elected and driven by a vision of a secure Burkina Faso, immediately convened with his top military advisors.
Engineering vehicles. Take the necessary time to provide comprehensive training to the team members so that they can be thoroughly prepared for the effective use of these resources. Remember that we are in a world of predation. To have peace, we must make war.
Of the situation, needed a decisive plan to counter this menace. President Traore, newly elected and driven by a vision of a secure Burkina Faso, immediately convened with his top military advisors. Understanding that a conventional approach would not suffice, Traore and his team devised an audacious plan, Operation Desert Shield. This plan aimed to strike at the heart of the terrorist networks, dismantling their operations and restoring peace. The French military, however, had not taken kindly to this development. Despite official agreements to withdraw, French soldiers remained entrenched, their blue helmets a stark contrast against the arid landscape. As night fell over the Sahel, the quiet desert sands belied the intensity of the preparations underway. Special forces, handpicked for their expertise and bravery, geared up for the mission. Their objective was clear: to launch a surprise attack on the terrorist stronghold, disrupting their operations and sending a strong message. The operation commenced under the cover of darkness. Moving swiftly and silently, Traore's forces navigated the harsh desert terrain. The element of surprise was on their side. As dawn broke, the first shots were fired. The battle that ensued was fierce and unforgiving. Despite being outnumbered, the well-coordinated efforts of Traore's forces began to turn the tide. Burkinabe soldiers, under the guidance of their Russian trainers, joined the fray. It was a coordinated dance of warfare, a testament to the rapid training they'd undergone. Civilians scrambled for cover, the sounds of battle creating a cacophony of fear and adrenaline. Traore's heart pounded as he watched the conflict unfold on the monitors in his office. He knew that this moment could define his presidency and the future of his nation. In the heart of the city, a squad of Burkinabe soldiers, led by Captain Idrissa, found themselves pinned down by a group of French paratroopers.
For the first phase, in the initial stage, as far as you are concerned, it was absolutely necessary for us to carefully consider logistics, armament, vehicles, and everything that follows. What is gradually improving and consistently, and we will continue moving forward in this positive and direction to enable you to carry out the noble and honorable fight for this beloved homeland. But in addition to all that, we told ourselves one thing: for the nation to exist, endure, and develop, you all need to be strong. And being strong is not just about logistics, but also about psychological strength. There is this family stability that every fighter needs when they are on the battlefield.
Captain called for reinforcements, his voice steady despite the hail of bullets. Climactic battle and destruction of the terrorist hideout. The pivotal moment came when intelligence pinpointed the location of the main terrorist hideout, a heavily fortified compound hidden deep within the desert. Traore, displaying exemplary leadership, led a daring charge against this stronghold. His presence on the front lines inspired his troops and demoralized the terrorists. As the forces approached the compound, they encountered fierce resistance. The battle was intense, with heavy gunfire and explosions echoing across the desert. Traore's strategic acumen came to the fore as he directed his troops to encircle the hideout, cutting off all escape routes. With the compound surrounded, Traore ordered a final assault. Under his command, specialized units breached the defenses and stormed the hideout. The firefight inside was brutal, but the determination and skill of Traore's forces prevailed. Room by room, they cleared the compound, eliminating key terrorist leaders and rescuing hostages. The culmination of the assault was marked by a dramatic moment. Traore personally led the charge into the command center of the terrorists. After a brief but intense skirmish, the terrorists were overwhelmed. With their leadership dismantled and their base destroyed, the remaining terrorists fled or were captured. The success of Operation Desert Shield, marked by the destruction of the terrorist hideout, was a turning point for Burkina Faso. However, President Traore knew that the fight was far from over. Continuous efforts were necessary to ensure lasting peace and stability. Strengthening border security, enhancing intelligence operations, and fostering regional cooperation became top priorities. Traore's leadership extended beyond the battlefield. He initiated programs to support the affected communities, rebuild infrastructure, and provide psychological support to those traumatized by the violence. His comprehensive approach emphasized not just military might, but also the resilience and unity of the people. President Ibrahim Traore's military triumph against terrorism in Burkina Faso stands as a testament to the power of courage, strategy, and unwavering determination. His legacy is one of resilience and hope, inspiring future generations to stand against oppression and fight for a better future. Burkina Faso, though scarred by conflict, emerged stronger and more united. The battle against terror continues, but with leaders like Traore and the spirit of its people. The nation looks forward to a future of peace and prosperity. Thank you for joining us on this journey at Noble Black News, where we bring the most compelling African stories to the world. President Ibrahim Traore's military triumph against terrorism in Burkina Faso stands as a testament to the power of courage, strategy, and unwavering determination. His legacy is one of resilience and hope, inspiring future generations to stand against oppression and fight for a better future. Burkina Faso, though scarred by conflict, has emerged stronger and more united. The battle against terror continues, but with leaders like Traore and the indomitable spirit of its people, the nation looks forward to a future of peace and prosperity. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Noble Black News for more inspiring stories that celebrate the resilience and triumphs of Africa. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.
We have all indeed been on the ground. We have experienced circumstances where, often while being on the ground, your mind is actually at home. In fact, because you are unable to solve a number of problems, perhaps financial in nature. Generally, it comes down to that, and it disrupts the fighter. Today, we have many severely injured. We also, unfortunately, realize that this issue has not been addressed as it should have been. The proof is that up to the moment I am speaking to you, we have not been able to list all those who have been injured since the beginning of this conflict. As a result, we have decided to launch a platform so that people who have been injured, who did not have a circumstantial report, or who were not reported, can register themselves on this list. I think just a few weeks ago, we had a conference in this exact same room to launch this process, because an agency was created specifically to take care of war casualties. In the same vein, we have considered the orphans, who will also be listed across all ranks of uniformed personnel, including the defense and security forces, so that we can take care of them. And schools for the wards of the nation will be established. And in our education policy, eventually we'll make education free in Burkina. We want this free education to start with these schools for the nation's wards. So, the orphans of our heroes. In addition to all this, which was the first time creating the agency to take care of the injured babies and orphans, we are now in a new phase to address the aspect that is very important to the military, the financial aspect. This morning, we wanted to present this cooperative to you. How exactly will it work? What are precisely the main objectives of this cooperative and its goals? What is the aim of the cooperative? And gradually, in all the garrisons, missions will have to be sent to further explain the merits of this cooperative and to inform people about what they can expect from it. Furthermore, additionally, and in return the question you asked here this morning, in the different garrisons you will have to ask many questions, and I think a General Assembly is also planned in the cooperative's organizational chart so that inputs and various contributions for improvement can come from you. We want you to be able to save at a much higher rate and have very specific savings, each according to what they want and the products that will be offered. When the soldier finds himself facing various issues and complexities after his initial loans, it's a long-term problem because the salary is not enough. It cannot be proportional to the financial expenses. And I think the elders thought very well by introducing, I believe since the 1980s, the fact that the defense and security forces can engage in fields such as agriculture and livestock. So, how do we go about starting a business? That's the second question. Here too, the cooperative should be able to help, to allow you to invest in this field, because it is not prohibited. Today, we launched the Presidential Initiative for Food Self-Sufficiency. We launched the Agricultural Offensive, and in the initiative, the military is involved, and I think many of you have seen fields developed this season in their barracks, in their garrison, I think that in Ouagadougou, here at Didu, Kayak, a package. All over, large boreholes have been drilled, and the military will be trained in agriculture and livestock farming in quite specific areas, and I think there is one that is currently developing. We need to arrive at a solution to the problem, but many want to invest. How do we proceed and find a way forward to make a decision? That will also be definitely taken into account so that we can help you invest in this field, because agriculture feeds the entire population. It was authorized for those in uniform. Livestock farming feeds people. It's the other businesses that we don't allow. Even among officers, the salary is not enough. It's not possible. If you manage to undertake meaningful actions to improve your living conditions and participate in national life, I think that's not bad. That doesn't prevent fighting at all, because you are creating other jobs, you are on the ground. When situations arise, they get resolved. Burkina imports a lot in this area. You know that we import many various products. Just for the mining structures alone, it's not enough, significantly. But the army must participate. In the initiative, we have decided to train the active military personnel and those who will retire for their reintegration. To invest, you will need money, an investment at a fairly flexible rate without hassle. And I think the cooperative is here to solve this problem as well. I have said it before and I will say it again, no nation can develop without a strong defense and security system. It is not possible. Look closely, since the 90s, it's fitting. The elders are here. How was the army equipped during the revolution? You can go through the camps and see the remains of completely and utterly destroyed armored vehicles and others that were there. How everything was systematically and thoroughly dismantled to make us very weak and then send terrorism to seize our lands. Understand this. To develop, we indeed need a strong army. We need a strong security system. And to have this system, it's not just about logistics. We definitely need to be stable in our minds. And to be stable in mind, we indeed need to improve the living conditions of the brave fighters that you are. We are fully committed to this process so that the living conditions of the defense and security forces can improve. We will certainly be proud to definitely improve the living and working conditions for you and your families. That is why this cooperative has been carefully thought out and considered and planned. And in addition to the cooperative, there will be another phase that concerns the economy of the armies, because civilians also encourage them. They want to see you in good shape. They want to see you free in your mind to be able to defend them. Otherwise, they wouldn't contribute to equip you. We want everyone to understand the scope of the cooperative, join it, be able to explain it to their peers, and develop it quickly and effectively so that we can drastically change things in a short period of time and efficiently. The factory we recently launched in Bobo is in the same vein. When we see defense and security forces walking around in faded uniforms, it hurts, and we have evaluated what we spend. Police, national or municipal police, GSP, gendarmerie, customs, army. What we spend on purchasing uniforms enormous. It's billions, and it's employment that we are giving to the outside. So we decided to set up the factory on site to produce everything needed for clothing, to ensure proper attire. So, Comipex is an important first step. More steps will gradually follow in the future. Everyone is involved, with the Minister of Finance at the forefront, so that we can create something, an efficient tool that we will oversee, which should allow our various defense and security forces to live with dignity and to fight for the freedom of our homeland. This is the very essence of the creation of this cooperative.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
For this particular season, it must be stated that these tractors will be utilized in order to plow the land without any charge. We initiated 2 significant operations in the previous year, namely the Agro-Pastoral Offensive and the Presidential Initiative for Achieving Food Self-Sufficiency. The ministry had already started a process of providing free plowing services for a total of 64,000 hectares in all regions. In addition to that, we have decided to acquire around 500,000 tractors. For this season, it must be said that these tractors will be used to plow the land for free for this upcoming rainy season. The goal is to truly increase and achieve food self-sufficiency. What may need to be clarified is to urge the youth to quickly clear the fields.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where we bring you in-depth and insightful stories about influential Black leaders and their impact on the world. Today, we turn our attention to Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traore, a young visionary who is redefining leadership in Africa. Burkina Faso is a nation that has faced significant challenges, from economic hardships to ongoing insurgency. Yet, in the midst of these trials, a remarkable leader has emerged, one who defies the conventional image of African leadership. Ibrahim Traore, the young and dynamic president of Burkina Faso, is setting a new standard for what it means to lead a nation. In a continent where many leaders are known for their luxurious lifestyles, Traore stands out by leading with humility and a relentless focus on the needs of his people. Ibrahim Traore's approach to leadership is a stark departure from the norm. While it is common for African leaders to own luxurious cars, reside in opulent mansions, wear expensive custom-made suits, and travel in lavish private jets, Traore chooses a different path. He leads a modest lifestyle, placing the welfare of his people above personal luxury. This commitment to humility and service has drawn frequent comparisons to Thomas Sankara, another legendary leader of Burkina Faso known for his modesty and dedication to his country. Thomas Sankara, often referred to as Africa's Che Guevara, led Burkina Faso from 1983 until his assassination in 1987. Sankara was a revolutionary figure who implemented policies aimed at reducing corruption, promoting gender equality, and achieving self-sufficiency for Burkina Faso. His leadership style and principles left a lasting legacy, one that Ibrahim Traore is now seen as continuing. Much like Sankara, Traore has made significant sacrifices to demonstrate his commitment to his country. He has reduced his own salary and prioritizes the needs of his people above all else. This was evident during the Russia-Africa summit, where Traore stood out among his African counterparts by donning military combat clothing, complete with a distinctive red beret and tactical gloves, instead of the customary expensive suits. His refusal to accept a presidential salary and his decision to maintain his earnings at the level of a military captain serve as a poignant testament to his dedication. In September 2022, Ibrahim Traore made history by becoming the world's youngest head of state at the age of 34. His rise to power was marked by a bold move, as he and a group of junior military officers staged a coup to oust Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Damiba had taken office earlier that year through a coup, but Traore and his supporters believed he had failed to effectively address the ongoing insurgency plaguing Burkina Faso. Traore's justification for the coup was clear: the safety and well-being of the Burkinabe people were at stake. In a televised address on October 1, 2022, he articulated the need for decisive action to combat the insurgency and restore stability to the nation. Despite his young age and lower rank in the military hierarchy, Traore's leadership qualities were evident. His career trajectory took a significant leap in 2014 with his deployment to Mali as part of the United Nations peacekeeping mission, MINUSMA. Fellow soldiers have lauded his valor, particularly during a challenging attack by militants in Timbuktu. Traore's dedication to his country continued to shine through, as he played a prominent role in combating insurgency within Burkina Faso between 2019 and 2022. His efforts culminated in his promotion to the rank of captain in 2020. After successfully overthrowing Damiba's administration, Traore acknowledged the potential scrutiny surrounding his age, but emphasized the necessity of their actions. At the Russia-Africa Summit in July 2023, Traore made a distinct impression not just with his attire, but also with his powerful speech. He criticized African leaders who failed to provide for their people, and urged them to prioritize sovereignty and self-sufficiency. Traore's remarks echoed those of Thomas Sankara, emphasizing the need for African nations to learn from others and achieve food security. He specifically addressed President Vladimir Putin's announcement on July 27, in which Putin pledged to send free grain to Africa. While expressing gratitude for the gesture, Traore used it as an opportunity to convey a message to African heads of state. He emphasized the need for African leaders to prioritize achieving self-sufficiency in food production and supply for their people. In addition to his political stance, Traore has initiated significant economic measures within Burkina Faso. Recognizing the absence of a domestic gold refinery, he has taken steps to establish one, creating jobs and boosting the economy. Burkina Faso is a major global gold supplier, yet it lacked the infrastructure to refine its gold domestically, forcing it to export raw ore to European countries. Traore's decision to build a gold refinery within Burkina Faso is a strategic move that is expected to yield numerous job opportunities and contribute to the overall economic prosperity of the country. Furthermore, Traore has introduced tax reductions and facilitated access to capital for young entrepreneurs. His innovative concept of popular shareholding aims to privatize government assets and ventures, enabling public investment in the nation's development. This initiative saw 20% of the government-owned telecommunications company offered for public purchase, resulting in a highly successful venture that generated $60 million in revenue for critical projects. Traore's leadership is characterized by fiscal responsibility. He has reduced the salaries of all government ministers and officials by 20% and declined a presidential salary, choosing instead to maintain his earnings at the level of a military captain. This selfless dedication to serving his country has earned him significant respect and support, both within Burkina Faso and across the African continent. Despite the pressures of leadership, Traore maintains a low profile regarding his personal life, focusing on steering Burkina Faso towards stability and progress. As the transition president, his actions continue to inspire confidence and admiration among his people. Traore's commitment to transparency and accountability is evident in his approach to governance. He has emphasized the importance of open communication and has made efforts to engage with the public directly. Through town hall meetings and public forums, Traore listens to the concerns of his citizens and seeks to address their needs. This approach has fostered a sense of trust and collaboration between the government and the people of Burkina Faso. Moreover, Traore's efforts to combat corruption and promote good governance have been noteworthy. He has implemented stringent measures to ensure that government officials are held accountable for their actions. By promoting transparency and integrity within the government, Traore aims to build a more just and equitable society. Traore's leadership extends beyond domestic issues. He has also taken a proactive stance on regional and international matters. His participation in the Russia-Africa Summit, where he called for greater self-sufficiency and sovereignty among African nations, demonstrates his vision for a more independent and prosperous Africa. Traore's emphasis on collaboration and solidarity among African countries is a testament to his belief in the continent's potential. In the realm of education and social development, Traore has launched initiatives aimed at improving access to quality education and healthcare for all Burkinabe citizens. Recognizing the importance of education in fostering economic growth and social progress, he has prioritized investments in schools, teacher training, and educational infrastructure. Additionally, Traore has worked to improve healthcare services, ensuring that essential medical care is available to those in need. Traore's dedication to empowering women and promoting gender equality is another key aspect of his leadership. He has implemented policies to support women's participation in the workforce and leadership positions. By promoting gender equality, Traore aims to create a more inclusive society where all citizens have the opportunity to thrive. As we look to the future, it is clear that Ibrahim Traore's vision and leadership will continue to shape the trajectory of Burkina Faso. His commitment to serving his country with humility, integrity, and dedication sets a powerful example for leaders around the world. Traore's story is one of resilience, courage, and unwavering commitment to the people of Burkina Faso. In conclusion, Ibrahim Traore is not just a leader. He is a symbol of hope and transformation for Burkina Faso and the African continent. His leadership challenges the status quo and offers a new model for what it means to be a leader in Africa. As we continue to follow his journey, we are reminded of the power of visionary leadership and the impact it can have on a nation and its people. Thank you for joining us on Noble Black News as we explore the remarkable story of Ibrahim Traore. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful stories about influential black leaders shaping our world. Stay tuned for more in-depth coverage and inspiring stories from around the globe.
Say hello to you. Yesterday marked exactly 1 week since the incident happened. I'm going to visit the place where the rocket fell. But know one thing, those who are there to protect you, who unfortunately caused the incident because you see them posted around, they surely tire you out a lot these days every morning because they have been reinforcing security for several months, which leads to searches and issues, but it's for you. It's so that no one can come here to harm you because you are very important. It's a strategic location. It was in the context of the training era that, while trying to check a number of things, unfortunately, someone accidentally fired the shot. Those who were nearby and the one who triggered it were also injured. So they were transported to Delgado that day. Thank God they have left Delgado, with some after effects, of course, because a rocket is unforgiving, especially in the hand area.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
Assassinations of John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King.
Rob, it should not be called the Security Council, it should be called the Terror Council.
And Iran's Mahmoud Ahmadinejad sparked a walkout at the UN by questioning the Holocaust and implying that 9/11 was an inside job.
It is proposed that the United Nations set up an independent fact-finding group for the event of September 11.
And Venezuela's Hugo Chavez once used the stage to take aim at the leader of the free world, calling President George W. Bush the devil.
Today, the devil came here.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where we dive deep to bring you the stories of Africa and the global black community. Today, we reveal the secrets behind how Muammar Gaddafi, the former Libyan leader, was betrayed by African leaders. Join us as we uncover the intricate dynamics of political alliances and power struggles that shaped this pivotal moment in African history. Muammar Gaddafi was a prominent figure in Africa, known for his vision of a United States of Africa. Despite ruling Libya for over 40 years, his grand ambitions for both his country and the continent remain steadfast. The story of his downfall is intertwined with themes of love, money, and betrayal. Yet his legacy continues to be one of the most remarkable in the 21st century. The rise and fall of a friendship. During his reign, Gaddafi showed immense affection for a particular country, its people, and especially its president. Ironically, it was this same president who ultimately betrayed him. So, which country and...
Of course, Muammar Gaddafi had his own problems. I had the task of fighting him twice, 1972 and 1979, as he intervened in Uganda on the side of Idi Amin because Idi Amin was a Muslim. However, foreign armies attacking an African country against the express objection of the African Union is not a solution.
Leader are we talking about? The country is Uganda, and the leader who betrayed Gaddafi is President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Gaddafi's relationship with Uganda began long before Museveni came to power. It started in the 1970s during Idi Amin's regime. Gaddafi provided significant moral, economic, and military support to Amin's government. Whenever Amin's regime faced attacks, it was Gaddafi who would come to his rescue, sending troops and military aid. However, this long-standing friendship ended in betrayal, early support, and investments. In 1979, after Idi Amin was overthrown, He fled to Libya and later moved to Saudi Arabia. Uganda then organized elections to choose its next leader, but Museveni, unhappy with the results, claimed the elections were rigged. This accusation led to a civil war in Uganda. During this war, Museveni's forces ran short of weapons and ammunition. Desperate for help, he turned to the US and the UK, but was turned down due to his ties with Gaddafi. Left with no other choice, he approached Gaddafi, who, despite their strained relations, provided the necessary military supplies, helping Museveni emerge victorious. Gaddafi's support for Uganda didn't stop with military aid. He made significant investments in the country's infrastructure, telecommunications, finance, and real estate sectors. Through the Libyan African portfolio, Gaddafi acquired 51% of shares in Uganda's Telecommunications Corporation and 60% of shares in the textile company TriStar Limited. He also funded the construction of the Toro Palace and contributed to the Ugandan Muslim community by financing the construction of a large mosque in Kampala, which could hold up to 3,000 people. Building strong ties, Gaddafi's relationship with Uganda deepened over the years. He frequently visited the country, which he seemed to consider his second home. Gaddafi invested heavily in Uganda, building numerous infrastructures and contributing to various sectors of the economy. He convinced Museveni not to sell Uganda's unrefined oil to Europe and the West, promising instead to help build a refinery and pipelines to neighboring countries. Gaddafi's influence extended to military training and support, with Libyan forces training Museveni's military, and even naming Museveni's secret intelligence agency after its Libyan counterpart. Gaddafi also developed a deep interest in the Toro Kingdom, located within Uganda. He financed numerous projects there, including the construction of the Toro Palace and significant contributions to the local Muslim community. His financial and moral support left a lasting legacy in Uganda, but his relationship with Museveni would eventually sour. The betrayal, despite Gaddafi's extensive support and investments, Museveni ultimately turned against him. In 2016, Museveni wrote a letter criticizing the US and the African Union for their intervention in Libya and the broader Middle East. He stated that the US and the European Union had no right to dislodge Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein of Iraq. Museveni's betrayal was driven by a mix of personal ambition and Western interest. Fearing Gaddafi's vision of a United States of Africa, Museveni viewed this as a threat to his power. Additionally, his increasing ties with Western powers who opposed Gaddafi's Pan-African ambitions played a crucial role in his decision. Museveni's disapproval of Gaddafi's vision was also rooted in his desire to maintain control over Uganda. Supporting a United States of Africa would have meant sharing power with other African leaders, which Museveni was not willing to do. His collaboration with Western powers further solidified his position against Gaddafi, as he feared losing their support. The aftermath, Museveni's actions had far-reaching consequences. When Gaddafi paid a surprise visit to Uganda in 2008, Museveni's government perceived it as a threat. This visit, along with Gaddafi's efforts to work with traditional African leaders to promote his vision, intensified tensions between the two leaders. Gaddafi's ambition for African unity, which included the creation of a single currency and military, was seen as a threat by many African leaders and Western powers. Museveni, prioritizing his relationship with the West, opposed Gaddafi's ideas. This opposition culminated in Museveni's betrayal, leading to Gaddafi's downfall. Gaddafi's legacy in Uganda is still evident despite the betrayal. The mosque he funded in Kampala was renamed after his death to appease the current Libyan government. Museveni's attempt to step into Gaddafi's shoes as a champion of African unity lacks the same charisma and financial power that Gaddafi possessed. Despite the betrayal, Gaddafi's contributions to Uganda's infrastructure and economy remain significant. His investments in telecommunications, real estate, and the financial sector have left a lasting impact. The support he provided during Uganda's civil wars and his efforts to strengthen the country's military capabilities are still remembered by many. Gaddafi's broader vision. Gaddafi's vision for a United States of Africa was ambitious and far-reaching. He believed that Africa could achieve greater economic and political stability through unity. His efforts to promote this vision included funding various projects across the continent and advocating for African unity at international forums. Gaddafi's idea of a united Africa with a single currency and military was seen as a threat by Western powers and some African leaders who feared losing their influence. Western interest and African discontent. Western powers were wary of Gaddafi's influence and his vision for a united Africa. They saw his efforts as a threat to their interest in the continent. Gaddafi's support for various liberation movements and his vocal opposition to Western intervention in African affairs made him a target. The West's support for Museveni and other African leaders who opposed Gaddafi was part of a broader strategy to maintain their influence in Africa. The role of traditional leaders. Gaddafi's strategy to work with traditional African leaders to promote his vision of unity was a significant aspect of his approach. He believed that traditional leaders had the influence and authority to support his vision. Gaddafi's engagement with these leaders, however, was seen as a challenge to the authority of elected African leaders like Museveni. This created further tension and opposition to his ideas. The downfall of a visionary. Gaddafi's downfall was not just a result of betrayal by African leaders, but also a culmination of various factors, including Western intervention and internal dissent. His efforts to promote African unity and his support for various liberation movements made him a target. The NATO-led intervention in Libya, which ultimately led to his overthrow and death, was supported by some African leaders who saw his removal as a way to maintain their own power and influence. Reflection and lessons. Gaddafi's story is a complex tale of ambition, vision, betrayal, and the struggle for power. His efforts to promote African unity and his support for various causes left U.S. President Barack Obama stated that not preparing for the aftermath of ousting Libyan leader Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was the biggest mistake of his presidency. During an interview on Fox News, Obama reflected on the highs and lows of his time in office. He maintained that intervening in Libya was the right decision, as the U.S. and other countries carried out strikes aimed at protecting civilians during the 2011 uprising. However, after Gaddafi was killed, Libya descended into chaos with militias seizing control, rival parliaments and governments forming, and militants from the Islamic State gaining a foothold. The country also became a major departure point for migrants attempting to reach Europe. A UN-backed national unity government arrived in the capital, Tripoli, earlier this month, but is still waiting to assume full control. The tragic fate of Muammar Gaddafi and his family. Muammar Gaddafi, the former leader of Libya, left an indelible mark on the continent of Africa through his ambitious visions and controversial leadership. Beyond his political legacy, Gaddafi's family also played significant roles in his regime, experiencing both the privileges of power and the dire consequences of its collapse. This is the story of Gaddafi's family, their involvement in his rule, and the tragic fate many of them met. Muammar Gaddafi, the man and his vision. Gaddafi seized power in Libya in 1969 through a military coup, establishing himself as a revolutionary leader with a vision for Pan-African unity. Over his 42-year rule, he implemented various social and economic reforms, but also faced accusations of human rights abuses and autocratic governance. His vision for a United States of Africa aimed to bring about continental unity and prosperity, but it also attracted significant opposition both within and outside Africa. The Gaddafi family. Muammar Gaddafi was married twice and had several children, many of whom held influential positions within his regime. His family was deeply intertwined with his leadership, benefiting from his rule while also facing the repercussions of its downfall. Safia Farkash, Gaddafi's second wife, Safia, was by his side throughout his reign. She was known for her involvement in charitable activities and her influence within the regime. Safia fled to Algeria with other family members after Gaddafi's fall. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, often considered the heir apparent. Saif al-Islam was highly educated and portrayed as a reformist within the regime. He played a prominent role in Libyan politics and international relations. After the fall of Tripoli, Saif was captured by rebel forces in 2011 and later released in 2017. He remains a controversial figure and has attempted to re-enter Libyan politics. Mutassim Gaddafi, Gaddafi's fourth son, Mutassim, served as Libya's national security advisor and was a prominent military commander. Mutassim was captured and killed alongside his father in Sirte in October 2011. Khamis Gaddafi, a military commander, Khamis led the elite Khamis Brigade, known for its loyalty to Gaddafi and its brutal tactics during the Libyan civil war. Khamis was reportedly killed during the conflict in August 2011. Hannibal Gaddafi, known for his extravagant lifestyle and frequent run-ins with the law. Hannibal held a less prominent role in the regime. He was granted asylum in Oman after the fall of the regime. Saadi Gaddafi, a former professional footballer. Saadi held military and political positions within the regime. He fled to Niger following the uprising, but was extradited to Libya in 2014, where he faced charges related to his role in the regime. Aisha Gaddafi, Gaddafi's only daughter, Aisha, was a lawyer and served as a UN Goodwill Ambassador. Known for her public support of her father's regime, she fled to Algeria with her mother and other family members in 2011. The downfall and aftermath. As the Libyan civil war intensified in 2011, Gaddafi's regime faced mounting pressure from rebel forces and international intervention. The NATO-led coalition conducted extensive airstrikes, weakening Gaddafi's hold on power. In August 2011, Tripoli fell to the rebels, marking the collapse of Gaddafi's regime. In October 2011, Muammar Gaddafi was captured and killed by rebel forces in his hometown of Sirte. His death marked the end of an era for Libya, but it also signaled a period of chaos and instability that the country continues to grapple with. Muhtassin Gaddafi was captured and killed alongside his father in Sirte. The brutal footage of their capture and subsequent deaths was widely circulated, symbolizing the violent end of Gaddafi's rule. The fate of the family. The aftermath of Gaddafi's fall saw his family members scattered across different countries, facing various legal and personal challenges. Safia Farkash and her children, including Aisha, sought refuge in Algeria and later Oman. Their asylum was granted on humanitarian grounds, allowing them to live in relative peace away from the political turmoil of Libya. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi was captured by rebel forces but later released. He remains a contentious figure in Libya's complex political landscape, attempting to mount a political comeback despite the lingering animosity and legal challenges he faces. Saadi Gaddafi was extradited back to Libya and faced charges related to his role in the regime. His trial and treatment have been focal points for discussions about justice and retribution in post-Gaddafi Libya. Hannibal Gaddafi continues to live in exile, facing an uncertain future away from the power and privilege he once knew. Legacy and reflection. The Gaddafi family's story is one of power, privilege, and a dramatic fall from grace. Their experiences highlight the complex interplay between leadership loyalty and the harsh realities of political betrayal and retribution. Muammar Gaddafi's vision for a united Africa and his extensive influence left a lasting impact, but his downfall and the fate of his family serve as a poignant reminder of the volatile nature of power and the far-reaching consequences of political strife. As we reflect on this story, it is essential to consider the broader implications for Libya and Africa. The Gaddafi family's rise and fall underscore the challenges of governance, the pursuit of unity, and the enduring quest for stability and prosperity in the region, lasting impact on the continent. However, his downfall also serves as a reminder of the challenges and complexities of political alliances and the influence of external powers in African affairs. As we reflect on this story, it is essential to consider the lessons it offers about leadership, unity, and the importance of collaboration. Gaddafi's vision for a united Africa remains a topic of discussion and debate, highlighting the ongoing struggle for unity and stability on the continent. Thank you for joining us on Noble Black News as we explore the intricate story of Muammar Gaddafi's relationship with African leaders and his vision for the continent. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our interesting content. See you in our next video. Thank you for joining us on Noble Black News as we explore the intricate story of Muammar Gaddafi's family and their fate. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our interesting content.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
Knowledge of the fact that ownership of the draft constitution and adapted. The draft constitution is the subject of our meeting today. Is the result of discussions during which the members of the commission,
particularly on this day, so that we can discuss any challenges you may be encountering, but also to provide you with information about the new direction that the fight must adopt. It is also highly advisable to seek advice, to learn more valuable lessons, and to draw meaningful insights from everything you have experienced all this time in order to enhance your knowledge
and make informed decisions. I have always stated that when you are on a motorcycle or in a vehicle, it is easy to forget and simply continue driving. And while we drive, we are always in a state of being constantly ambushed. Frequently, individuals must walk because the adversary themselves seldom arrive on a motorcycle. Either he pushes it or he leaves it somewhere and walks.
On national and regional security. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into the remarkable efforts of President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. As a young and dynamic leader, President Traore is transforming his country and setting a new precedent for leadership in Africa. His commitment to prioritizing the welfare and security of his citizens is evident in recent military operations that have significantly enhanced national security. Let's take a closer look at these pivotal events and their broader implications. President Traore has initiated a comprehensive military strategy to secure the Sahel region, focusing on the borders of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. This strategy includes decisive strikes against terrorist forces and innovative intelligence and surveillance measures, expanding the battlefield from Burkina Faso to Mali and Niger. Under President Traore's directive, a pivotal operation, codenamed Operation Shield, was launched. This operation involved the 41st and 42nd Regiments of Burkina Faso's commandos, supported by the elite 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion. The mission was to strike a significant blow against terrorist forces entrenched near the Mali and Niger borders. This operation was meticulously planned and executed, reflecting the high level of training and preparedness instilled in the troops by President Traore's reforms. The 41st and 42nd Commandos, known for their combat expertise, led the operation with exceptional skill. They were joined by the highly capable 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion, whose proficiency in rapid deployment and high-intensity engagements played a crucial role in the mission's success. During the assault, Burkina Faso's armed forces successfully neutralized several entrenched terrorists, recovering a significant cache of war equipment including weapons, ammunition, and communication devices. This recovery dealt a severe blow to the terrorist operational capabilities. However, the mission was far from over. Intelligence reports indicated that hundreds of terrorists were moving towards the borders with Ghana, Mali, and Niger. These border regions, already focal points for security concerns, became centers of heightened military activity. Responding swiftly, the air forces of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger launched a series of aerial operations to track and intercept the advancing terrorist groups. Intelligence and surveillance, the game changer. Utilizing newly acquired Akinci drones, the air forces maintained relentless surveillance over the terrorist movements. These advanced drones provided real-time intelligence and situational awareness, which were instrumental in coordinating ground operations. Despite the dense and challenging terrain of the Sahel, forces guided by precise intelligence from the Akinci drones executed their missions with surgical precision. They identified terrorist groups traveling on motorcycles with pickup vehicles trailing behind as significant threats. In critical miscalculations, the terrorist columns attempted to camouflage under large trees. Continuous aerial surveillance ensured that their movements were tracked without interruption. As the motorcycles paused, well-coordinated ambushes were launched with devastating effect, resulting in the neutralization of numerous terrorists and further recovery of war material. These successful interceptions disrupted the terrorist plans and significantly diminished their strength. Addressing hunger among Boko Haram, the combined military operations have also had an unexpected impact on Boko Haram fighters in Nigeria. With disrupted supply lines, many terrorists are now facing severe hunger and lack of resources, further weakening their resolve and effectiveness. This development underscores the broader implications of President Traore's military strategy.
When there is an attack somewhere and individuals are surprised, we know. Because when individuals are surprised, they call to say, we are under fire. That is what they call air support, to articulate this thing. However, we enjoy hearing. We perceive them coming. When you are not caught off guard and you have the time to let us know that we see them, it provides you with the opportunity to make preparations to combat and also for the drones to have the ability to act. I can provide you with assurance that as of today, our inventory consists of over 20 combat drones in Burkina Faso. So there is no reason for you to be surprised. And when we talk about combat drones, they are there in order to provide support and assistance. In general, they usually wait for a signal to indicate that we see the enemy approaching, and that's when they take action. However, in most cases, they are summoned to report the position that is under fire and being targeted by the enemy. And finally, it's when an enemy retaliates that they take care of them to try to strike. No. So you promise me here and now that you will never let yourself be surprised again.
Extending beyond immediate combat victories to undermine the long-term sustainability of terrorist groups in the region, key leaders and their security measures. Let's delve into the security measures and leadership styles of the other key players in the region, highlighting their roles in the broader security strategy. President Assimi Goïta of Mali. President Assimi Goïta, who came to power through a military coup, has been instrumental in strengthening Mali's security apparatus. Under his leadership, Mali has increased cooperation with neighboring countries to combat terrorism. The security forces in Mali have been equipped with advanced weaponry and training, focusing on rapid response and intelligence gathering. President Goïta's administration has also worked closely with international partners to enhance the country's counterterrorism capabilities. President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger. President Mohamed Bazoum has been a key ally in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel. His administration has prioritized border security and regional cooperation. Niger's military forces have been actively involved in joint operations with Burkina Faso and Mali, utilizing advanced surveillance technology and strategic military planning. President Bazoum's leadership has emphasized the importance of community engagement and intelligence sharing to effectively counter terrorist threats. A leader among his troops, the atmosphere in the regional capitals of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger was electric with excitement and anticipation as President Ibrahim Traore made highly anticipated visits to the front lines. These visits underscore the president's commitment to the ongoing struggle and solidarity with his troops. The streets were lined with enthusiastic residents waving flags and chanting in support of their leader. The president's convoy, heavily guarded and accompanied by a mix of local security forces and military personnel, moved through the main avenues of the cities, greeted by crowds that had gathered since early morning. President Traore's arrival came at a crucial time, as his administration actively engaged in addressing security challenges in the region. His decision to visit the front lines was seen as a morale-boosting gesture, reaffirming his dedication to the cause and his readiness to stand with his fighters in their most challenging moments.
You should have the ability to do the same thing in a similar manner. Arrange strategically within your multiple bases to ensure you are never caught off guard and always prepared for any situation. Due to the presence of an unanswered question, namely the mechanism by which we are caught off guard, there is still a lack of understanding. At that location, we need to exert efforts. I do not agree with the idea of being caught off guard unexpectedly and unprepared. Do you agree with me? Why do we get caught off guard? It's because we let our guard down. Because we think that, well, we've worked here, it's going more or less fine, we're not focused anymore. But I urge you to never lose your focus and always stay attentive.
A stirring speech delivered to the assembled troops and local volunteers. President Ibrahim Traore expressed deep gratitude for their unwavering courage and commitment. He acknowledged the remarkable work of their predecessors and emphasized the improved equipment and support now available to them. His words resonated with the troops, boosting their morale and reinforcing their resolve to continue the fight against terrorism. President Traore's speech was not just a message of thanks but a rallying cry for unity and determination. He highlighted the shared struggles and triumphs of the region, calling upon the leaders and people of Mali, Niger, and Nigeria to join hands in the relentless pursuit of peace and stability. His message extended beyond national borders, acknowledging the collaborative efforts of President Assimi Goïta of Mali, President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger, and President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria. President Traore praised President Goïta for his strategic insights and the vital role of Malian forces in joint operations. He commended President Bazoum for Niger's steadfast commitment to regional security and the effective coordination between Nigerian and Burkinabe forces. Additionally, he recognized President Tinubu's leadership in Nigeria, stressing the importance of a united front against Boko Haram and other terrorist factions. By invoking the names and contributions of these leaders, President Traore underscored the importance of regional solidarity and cooperation. The path forward, the operations across the Sahel, from Burkina Faso to Mali, Niger, and Nigeria, have significantly weakened the terrorist threat. However, the evolving security landscape requires continuous vigilance and cooperation among these nations. As the situation develops, the combined efforts of military forces, local communities, and international partners remain crucial in securing the region and ensuring peace and stability. For the people of Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria, President Ibrahim Traore's leadership, and the successful military operations reflect a broader commitment to transforming the Sahel and enhancing regional security. His efforts are a testament to the power of young, dedicated leadership in driving positive change. As the Sahel continues to navigate the complexities of regional security, the nations look to President Traore, President Goïta, President Bazoum, and President Tinubu with hope and confidence in a safer and more prosperous future. Through his strategic vision and unwavering commitment to his country, President Traore is not only changing the face of Burkina Faso, but also setting a powerful example for young leaders across Africa. His story is one of courage, resilience, and the transformative impact of effective leadership. Thank you for joining us and exploring this remarkable journey. If you appreciate the content we produce on this channel, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world.
We did not pay for combat drones to remain idle. We paid for them so that you can maintain surveillance and inform us if you observe them. They are approaching. If we were to begin utilizing solely observation drones, which are more cost-effective, we desire to visually perceive them and eradicate them. Therefore, refrain from sleeping. In any weather condition, be it rain or shine, they do not sleep. In the rain, one does not sleep. That's why I wanted us to meet today, because the rain has started. The nature is turning green. The foliage has grown significantly, and the climatic conditions, it is not a suitable time for vulnerability. You must remain alert in the precipitation. For a while now, we have desired individuals to be able to organize themselves, go out and clear the areas surrounding the roads, because the trend of directed mines was becoming too much. But if we clear a lot and the path is open for 100 meters on each side, it allows us to carry out other actions. Everywhere, you need to organize the populations to go out, clear the roads. You need to clear so that these directional improvised explosive devices cannot be placed against you or the population. However, it is crucial for everyone to be able to reach their workplaces and carry out their duties. You must have the capability to excavate trenches in the vicinity of your municipalities or villages. Certainly, it is said that machines have arrived, but I immediately told you, it cannot be deployed all over Burkina at once. We don't have 1 million machines, but everyone needs to start at home. Each and every day, there are drones that are constantly stationed at specific positions without any interruption or deviation. They are simply waiting to be informed that they are observed upon arrival. However, individuals rarely succeed in managing to do so. On every occasion we are subjected to fire. We are unable to be subjected to fire. We need to observe it approaching. You gave me your word that you will not say we are under attack anymore, right from the start. You're going to say now we see them approaching, because I am in continuous contact with the drone pilots at all times. You wonder how I handle. 80% of my time is dedicated to war. However, that does not impede me from vigilantly monitoring the economic landscape as well. It is a promise that you made to me, and I want you to keep your promise. I do not want to hear that we are under attack any longer. We can see them coming towards us. Are we in agreement? You will mobilize your populations to dig trenches and protect yourselves until the machines arrive to deepen the trenches and fortify them. It is you who defend the municipalities, the villages. If you arrive, you tell them to get out, we're digging here. The enemy must not drive, pass through there. We delve deep, we seal up, and we establish ourselves in that place. Your own posts and writings can be found there. At one point, I had something developed and instructed to send it to you. Everyone has talked to you about it, the ministers, the BVDP, so that people can build, for instance, combat posts. Where the rain has not yet started properly, make the bricks well, build the posts. I have requested images of the various posts in some villages, and I notice some have also achieved it lazily. You can't have a position, even with all that you've built. And there, your head is exposed. How do you fight? While the image we sent, there are loopholes. These are the holes through which you have to fight. And when we say to build posts, we don't mean to build 1 or 2. They need to be built all around the village. Because combat is not just about one position. Others construct 3, 4 posts. It's beneficial for the village. No. Evacuate the villagers. Instruct them to build. Models have already been provided. However, please inform me and lead me astray by providing inaccurate guidance. You are aware that there are numerous tasks that have not been completed. Are you aware of that, correct? What actions should I take? Do I need to personally come and handle it in your absence? But if I tell you this thing was conceived in my office, I caught a young officer who made the 3D model, we shared it, and I informed the chiefs to ensure its completion. The reason is that even at every single moment, we are constantly thinking of you in our minds. We're considering you. I stated there's no incident, VDP post-attack or anything that I'm unaware of. There are none. Unfortunately, in some areas, people have refused to give in themselves. It's incomprehensible for our own lives. Who should pay you? Afterward, we continue to insist that there are specific fundamental tasks that we should have the capability to perform on our own. I told you that most of us, like me, were born into a system that is attentive, where much is expected from others. But what are we doing ourselves for our country? That's it, that's the question we need to ask ourselves now. When I heard about this, I was a bit disappointed. He says that in order to protect yourself, you have to ask for payment. There will be money to pay you. Go out and dig. There are certain municipalities that I have monitored where I had said to go out and dig. They didn't want to, but they stayed. Some went out under manipulation. He said, okay, you're going to dig. A week later, they dug. Today, these municipalities are more or less at peace. In any case, if the enemy comes, they will encounter the obstacle you have created, giving you time to fight them there. If they come to close, you must be there. Digging doesn't require sleep. It's about hindering movement and preventing reaching desired destination by immobilizing. And wherever he must pass, you must always be present. If he comes to use force to redo your work, you must shoot them down. But once you are taken by surprise, you are no longer considered a man, and your ability to fulfill your duty is compromised. In order to make a comeback, it is hard. And when you witness things like that, it causes a lot of pain. Even if you have a collective weapon and your defense is not strong, the enemy can roll up to your position, which is not good. Even if you have built what you are told to build there, 100 meters ahead there, you need to dig trenches. If he wants to drive through as a fighter, he must fall into them. Or he stops over there, he gets off to try to cross, and you have time to adjust your shots. Is this complicated? So there is work to be done. We must not be lazy. It is necessary to mobilize the population. It's not about you and your work. It's important that all your people understand that you are choosing to sacrifice yourself for them. So, when you tell them to go out to work, they must go out. The other day there was an attack. I followed all the instructions and attempted to investigate the situation. Individuals were taken aback. Negative. When you have a collective weapon, the first thing is, you should not be surprised.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
The most heavily guarded Black people in the world. In an increasingly complex and often dangerous world, certain individuals require extraordinary measures to ensure their safety. This video delves into the lives of some of the most heavily guarded Black people in the world. These individuals, who have achieved immense success and influence, find themselves in need of substantial security due to their high profiles, the nature of their work, or specific threats they face. This comprehensive exploration will cover the security details, personal stories, and the impact of these protective measures on their lives. Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, is one of the most heavily guarded black people in the world. His historic presidency, marked by significant achievements and controversies, has made him a perpetual target for various threats, necessitating extensive security measures. Obama's security is managed by the United States Secret Service, which began protecting him during his presidential campaign. The protection includes a detailed advanced team, Obama's security detail follows a strict protocol to ensure his safety. This includes a secure perimeter around his residences, both in Washington, D.C. and in his other properties. His security team is equipped with advanced communication tools to maintain constant contact and coordinate their efforts. When traveling, Obama uses armored vehicles equipped with bulletproof glass and reinforced bodywork. His travel routes are carefully planned and frequently changed to avoid predictability. Additionally, when attending public events, the venues are thoroughly inspected and secured well in advance. Over the years, there have been several incidents highlighting the need for such extensive security. In 2008, during his presidential campaign, Obama faced multiple threats, including an assassination plot by two white supremacists. The plot involved targeting Obama during a campaign rally, showcasing the constant risks he faced. Another significant incident occurred in 2011 when a man fired several shots at the White House, believing he was targeting Obama. Although the president and his family were not in the residence at the time, the event underscored the ongoing threats to his safety even while in office. Despite these threats, the high level of security has allowed Obama to engage in public life, including giving speeches, attending events, and working on his foundation's initiatives, without compromising his safety. Despite the constant security presence, Obama and his family have managed to maintain a degree of normalcy, engaging in public and private activities with a sense of relative freedom. Oprah Winfrey, a media mogul, philanthropist, and one of the most influential black women in the world, has a substantial security detail due to her immense fame and wealth. Winfrey's rise from a troubled childhood to becoming a media powerhouse has made her an iconic figure, but it has also attracted unwanted attention and threats. Winfrey's security team includes personal bodyguards, advanced security systems for her homes, and a team of former law enforcement officers. Her properties are equipped with state-of-the-art surveillance and monitoring systems. Her security detail often includes ex-military personnel and former Secret Service agents who bring a high level of expertise to her protection. On a daily basis, Winfrey's security measures are comprehensive. Her personal bodyguards accompany her wherever she goes, providing a visible deterrent to potential threats. Her homes are fortified with high-tech security systems, including motion detectors, surveillance cameras, and secure entry points. When attending public events or traveling, Winfrey uses secure transportation, and her security team conducts advanced reconnaissance to ensure the safety of the venues and routes. Winfrey has faced several incidents that justify her need for such stringent security. In 2008, a man attempted to break into her Montecito estate, leading to his arrest and conviction. The intruder, who claimed to be in love with Winfrey, was found with a detailed plan of her property, highlighting the potential dangers she faces from obsessed fans. Another notable incident occurred in 2014, when a stalker repeatedly tried to gain access to her studios in Chicago, leading to heightened security measures and legal action against the individual. The extensive security allows Winfrey to continue her work without fear for her personal safety, enabling her to maintain her public presence and pursue her numerous ventures. Whether she is hosting high-profile guests at her home or making public appearances, the security team ensures that she remains safe and secure. Jay-Z and Beyonce, one of the most powerful couples in the entertainment industry, are known for their high level of security. Both have achieved tremendous success in their respective careers, making them frequent targets for various threats. The couple employs a comprehensive security team that includes personal bodyguards, armored vehicles, and advanced home security systems. Their children are also protected by a dedicated security detail. The couple's security detail often includes former military personnel and highly trained bodyguards who coordinate to ensure seamless protection in public and private settings. The security measures in place for Jay-Z and Beyonce are extensive and highly coordinated. Their personal bodyguards are present at all times, ensuring their safety during public appearances and private activities. Their homes are equipped with state-of-the-art security systems, including biometric entry points, surveillance cameras, and panic rooms. When traveling, the couple uses armored vehicles, and their travel routes are carefully planned and frequently changed to avoid predictability. The need for such robust security was highlighted during an incident in 2014 when an intruder managed to enter their Los Angeles home. The intruder was apprehended before causing any harm, but the incident underscored the constant threats they face. Another significant incident occurred in 2018 when a fan rushed the stage during one of their concerts, leading to a brief security scare. The security team acted swiftly to neutralize the threat, demonstrating the importance of their protective measures. The extensive security allows Jay-Z and Beyoncé to continue their careers, attend public events, and travel with a sense of safety and privacy. Despite the significant security presence, they strive to provide a normal life for their children, ensuring that security measures do not interfere excessively with their family activities. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr., a retired professional boxer and one of the highest-paid athletes in the world, requires substantial security due to his high-profile lifestyle. Known for his extravagant displays of wealth and his outspoken personality, Mayweather has become a prominent figure in both sports and entertainment. Mayweather's security detail, often referred to as the Money Team, consists of a group of highly trained bodyguards who accompany him everywhere. He also employs state-of-the-art security systems for his residences and travels with armored vehicles. His security team is known for its size and visibility, often drawing attention for its professionalism and readiness. Mayweather's daily security routine is meticulously planned. His bodyguards are always by his side, whether he is attending public events, training, or enjoying his personal life. His residences are equipped with advanced security systems, including 24/7 monitoring, motion detectors, and secure perimeters. When traveling, Mayweather uses armored vehicles, and his security team conducts thorough checks of all destinations and routes. In 2017, Mayweather faced a significant security incident when burglars targeted his Las Vegas home while he was celebrating his birthday. The burglars stole valuable items, but the incident led to Mayweather increasing his security measures, including hiring additional bodyguards and upgrading his home security systems. Another incident occurred in 2018 when Mayweather's bodyguard was shot in an apparent targeted attack in Atlanta. The bodyguard survived, and the incident underscored the constant threats Mayweather faces. The high level of security allows Mayweather to maintain his public image and lifestyle while ensuring his safety in various public and private settings. His security team provides a buffer that enables him to interact with fans and the media without compromising his personal safety. Rihanna, a global music icon and entrepreneur, has an extensive security detail due to her immense popularity and business ventures. Her multifaceted career, spanning music, fashion, and beauty, has made her a prominent public figure. Rihanna's security includes personal bodyguards, advanced security systems for her properties, and security personnel for her business establishments. Her team also conducts thorough background checks on all employees and associates. The security detail is discreet yet effective, ensuring that she can go about her daily activities without undue interference. On a daily basis, Rihanna's security team ensures her safety by accompanying her to all public appearances and private engagements. Her homes are equipped with cutting-edge security systems, including surveillance cameras, secure entry points, and 24/7 monitoring. When traveling, Rihanna uses secure transportation, and her security team conducts advanced reconnaissance to ensure the safety of her destinations and routes. In 2018, Rihanna experienced a frightening security breach when a stalker broke into her Los Angeles home. The stalker spent an entire day inside her house before being discovered and arrested by the police. This incident highlighted the critical need for stringent security measures to protect her from obsessed fans. Another notable incident occurred in 2020 when Rihanna's home was targeted by burglars while she was away. The security system alerted the authorities, who responded quickly, preventing significant loss or damage. The security measures enable Rihanna to focus on her career and business ventures, ensuring her safety during public and private engagements. Her security team's effectiveness allows her to maintain a high level of productivity and creativity without constant concern for her personal safety. LeBron James, a professional basketball player and one of the most influential athletes in the world, has a significant security presence due to his high profile. His contributions to sports, business, and social justice have made him a global icon. James's security detail includes personal bodyguards, surveillance systems for his homes, and a team of security professionals who manage his public appearances. His family also receives protection. The security detail is highly coordinated, often working seamlessly with event organizers and public officials to ensure smooth operations. James's security routine involves a comprehensive approach to ensure the most heavily guarded black people in the world. In an increasingly complex and often dangerous world, certain individuals require extraordinary measures to ensure their safety. This article delves into the lives of some of the most heavily guarded black people in the world. These individuals, who have achieved immense success and influence, find themselves in need of substantial security due to their high profiles, the nature of their work, or specific threats they face. This comprehensive exploration will cover the security details, personal stories, and the impact of these protective measures on their lives. Michael Jordan, a retired professional basketball player and successful businessman, requires substantial security due to his enduring fame and business interests. Jordan's impact on basketball and his successful business ventures, including ownership of the Charlotte Hornets, have kept him in the public eye. Jordan's security team includes personal bodyguards, advanced security systems for his homes, and security personnel for his business ventures. His security detail is known for its professionalism and discretion, often working behind the scenes to ensure his safety without drawing attention. Every day, Jordan's security measures are meticulously planned. His personal bodyguards are with him during public appearances, ensuring that he can engage with fans and the media without compromising his safety. His residences, which include multiple properties, are equipped with state-of-the-art security systems such as surveillance cameras, motion detectors, and secure perimeters. These systems are monitored 24/7 to detect and respond to any potential threats. When Jordan travels, his security detail plans the routes and accommodations carefully. He often uses private jets and travels with a team that ensures his safety at every stop. Public events and appearances are coordinated with local law enforcement to provide an additional layer of protection. This comprehensive approach to security allows Jordan to maintain his high-profile public life while ensuring his personal safety. In 2019, Jordan's security measures were put to the test when a man attempted to breach the security perimeter of his Charlotte home. The intruder was apprehended by his security team, demonstrating the importance of maintaining a vigilant and effective security presence. The incident highlighted the constant threats that high-profile individuals like Jordan face and the necessity of rigorous security measures. The high level of security allows Jordan to engage in public life and manage his business interests while ensuring his personal safety. His security team's effectiveness allows him to maintain a balance between public engagements and private life, providing him with the freedom to pursue his interests. Despite the significant security presence, Jordan remains accessible to his fans, often participating in public events and charity work, demonstrating his commitment to giving back to the community. Will Smith, an actor, producer, and musician, has a significant security detail due to his high-profile career and public visibility. Smith's diverse career in film, music, and television has made him a household name worldwide. Smith's security team includes personal bodyguards, advanced security systems for his residences, and security personnel for his film sets and public appearances. His security detail often includes highly trained professionals who provide a robust layer of protection for him and his family. On a daily basis, Smith's security team ensures his safety by accompanying him to all public and private engagements. His homes are fortified with high-tech security systems, including surveillance cameras, motion detectors, and secure entry points. These systems are monitored continuously to detect any potential threats. When attending public events or traveling, Smith uses secure transportation, and his security team conducts advanced reconnaissance to ensure the safety of the venues and routes. The comprehensive security allows Smith to continue his work in the entertainment industry and maintain his public presence while ensuring his safety and that of his family. The security measures provide Smith with the confidence to engage in public events and philanthropic activities without undue concern for his safety. In 2014, Smith faced a significant security incident when an intruder managed to enter his Los Angeles home. The intruder was apprehended before causing any harm, but the incident underscored the constant threats he faces. Smith's security detail also includes cybersecurity experts who protect his digital assets and personal information from potential breaches. This multifaceted approach ensures that Smith is protected from both physical and digital threats. The presence of a dedicated security team allows Smith to maintain a high level of productivity and creativity without constant concern for his personal safety. Tyler Perry, a filmmaker, actor, and playwright, has a substantial security presence due to his high-profile career and significant wealth. Perry's success in the entertainment industry and his ownership of Tyler Perry Studios have made him a prominent figure. Perry's security includes personal bodyguards, advanced security systems for his properties, and security personnel for his film studio and public appearances. His security detail is known for its professionalism and effectiveness, ensuring Perry's safety in various settings. Every day, Perry's security team follows a meticulous protocol to ensure his safety. His personal bodyguards accompany him during all public and private engagements, providing a visible deterrent to potential threats. His homes and properties are equipped with advanced security systems, including surveillance cameras, secure entry points, and motion detectors. These systems are monitored around the clock to detect and respond to any potential threats. When attending public events or traveling, Perry uses secure transportation, and his security team conducts advanced reconnaissance to ensure the safety of the venues and routes. In 2016, Perry's security team successfully thwarted an attempted break-in at his Atlanta studio, highlighting the importance of their vigilance and preparedness. This incident demonstrated the constant threats that high-profile individuals like Perry face and the necessity of rigorous security measures. The security measures enabled Perry to focus on his creative work and business ventures, ensuring his safety during public and private engagements. The presence of a dedicated security team allows Perry to maintain a high level of productivity and creativity without constant concern for his personal safety. Perry's security detail also includes cybersecurity experts who protect his digital assets and personal information from potential breaches.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.
To these highly tactical and advanced engineering vehicles. Take the necessary time to provide comprehensive training to the team members so that they can be thoroughly prepared for the effective use of these resources. Remember that we are in a world of predation. To have peace, we must make war.
Transforming Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traore's impact on national and regional security. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into the remarkable efforts of President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. As a young and dynamic leader, President Traore is transforming his country and setting a new precedent for leadership in Africa. His commitment to prioritizing the welfare and security of his citizens is evident in recent military operations that have significantly enhanced national security. Let's take a closer look at these pivotal events and their broader implications. On June 6, 2024, the 41st and 42nd Regiments of Burkina Faso's commandos, supported by the elite 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion, launched a decisive strike against terrorist forces near the Mali border. This operation was more than just a tactical success. It marked the beginning of a comprehensive strategy to secure Burkina Faso's borders and prevent future incursions by terrorist groups. The 41st and 42nd Commandos, known for their combat expertise, led the operation with exceptional skill. They were joined by the highly capable 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion, whose proficiency in rapid deployment and high-intensity engagements played a crucial role in the mission's success. During the assault, Burkina Faso's armed forces successfully neutralized several entrenched terrorists, recovering a significant cache of war equipment including weapons, ammunition, and communication devices. This recovery dealt a severe blow to the terrorist operational capabilities. However, the mission was far from over. Intelligence reports indicated that hundreds of terrorists were moving towards the border with Ghana. This border region, already a focal point for security concerns, became the center of heightened military activity. Responding swiftly, the Burkina Faso Air Force launched a series of aerial operations to track and intercept the advancing terrorist groups. On June 7th, utilizing newly acquired Akinci drones, the Air Force maintained relentless surveillance over the terrorist movements. These advanced drones provided real-time intelligence and situational awareness, which were instrumental in coordinating ground operations. Despite the dense and challenging terrain of Mohan, forces guided by precise intelligence from the Akinci drones executed their mission. With surgical precision, they identified a terrorist group traveling on motorcycles with a pickup vehicle trailing behind. As a significant threat, in a critical miscalculation, the terrorist column attempted to camouflage under a large tree. Continuous aerial surveillance ensured that their movements were tracked without interruption. As the motorcycles paused, the ambush was launched with devastating effect, resulting in the neutralization of numerous terrorists and further recovery of war material. This successful interception disrupted the terrorist plans and significantly diminished their strength. The initial strike was highly effective, scattering the criminals. Despite the chaos, some motorcyclists managed to escape the immediate assault. However, the Sky Fighters, DEMONSTRADED relentless pursuit, tracking these escapes and targeting them with precise strikes. This decisive action prevented any potential regrouping or retaliation. The atmosphere in the regional capital, Bobo Dioulasso, was electric with excitement and anticipation as President Ibrahim Traore made a highly anticipated visit to the front lines. This visit underscored the president's commitment to the ongoing struggle and solidarity with his troops. The streets were lined with enthusiastic residents waving flags and chanting in support of their leader. The president's convoy, heavily guarded and accompanied by a mix of local security forces and military personnel, moved through the main avenues of the city, greeted by crowds that had gathered since early morning. President Traore's arrival came at a crucial time, as his administration has been actively engaged in addressing security challenges in the region. His decision to visit the front lines was seen as a morale-boosting gesture, reaffirming his dedication to the cause and his readiness to stand with his fighters in their most challenging moments. In a stirring speech delivered to the assembled troops and local volunteers, President Traore expressed deep gratitude for their unwavering courage and commitment. He acknowledged the remarkable work of their predecessors and emphasized the improved equipment and support now available to them. His words resonated with the troops, boosting their morale and reinforcing their resolve to continue the fight against terrorism. The operations near the Mali border and the subsequent ambush in the Mohan Deep Forest have significantly weakened the terrorist threat. However, the evolving security landscape requires continuous vigilance and cooperation between Burkina Faso and Ghana. As the situation develops, the combined efforts of military forces, local communities, and international partners remain crucial in securing the region and ensuring peace and stability for the people of Burkina Faso and Ghana. President Traore's leadership and the successful military operations reflect a broader commitment to transforming Burkina Faso and enhancing regional security. His efforts are a testament to the power of young, dedicated leadership in driving positive change. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content we produce on this channel, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world. The remarkable leadership of President Ibrahim Traore, transforming Burkina Faso's military success. In recent years, Burkina Faso has witnessed a transformative period under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traore. As a young and dynamic leader, President Traore has demonstrated that age is no barrier to effective governance and strategic military leadership. His approach has been characterized by a focus on securing the lives of his citizens and ensuring national stability. This story highlights the profound impact of his leadership on Burkina Faso's military successes and the broader implications for the country's future. The beginnings of a new era. When Ibrahim Traore assumed office, Burkina Faso faced significant security challenges. Terrorist groups operating near its borders posed a constant threat to the safety and stability of the nation. President Traore, understanding the gravity of the situation, prioritized the strengthening of the country's military capabilities. He initiated comprehensive reforms aimed at modernizing the armed forces, improving intelligence operations, and fostering regional cooperation. Operation Shield, a turning point. On June 6, 2024, a pivotal operation, codenamed Operation Shield, was launched under President Traore's directive. This operation involved the 41st and 42nd Regiments of Burkina Faso's commandos, supported by the elite 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion. Their mission was to strike a significant blow against terrorist forces entrenched near the Mali border. This operation was meticulously planned and executed, reflecting the high level of training and preparedness instilled in the troops by President Traore's reforms. The 41st and 42nd Commandos, renowned for their combat prowess, spearheaded the operation. They were complemented by the swift and decisive actions of the 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion, whose expertise in rapid deployment and high-intensity engagements proved invaluable. During the assault, the Burkinabe armed forces successfully neutralized several terrorists, recovering substantial war equipment including weapons, ammunition, and communication devices. This recovery dealt a severe blow to the operational capabilities of the terrorist groups. Intelligence and surveillance, the game changer. Following the initial victory, intelligence reports indicated the movement of hundreds of terrorists towards the border with Ghana. Recognizing the urgency, President Traore directed the Burkina Faso Air Force to launch a series of aerial operations to track and intercept the advancing terrorist groups. Utilizing newly acquired Akinci drones, the Air Force maintained relentless surveillance over the terrorist movements. These advanced drones provided real-time intelligence and situational awareness, proving instrumental in coordinating ground operations. The dense and challenging terrain of Moham posed significant obstacles, but forces guided by precise intelligence from the Akinci drones executed their mission with surgical precision. They identified a terrorist group traveling on motorcycles with a pickup vehicle trailing behind as a significant threat. In a critical miscalculation, the terrorist column attempted to camouflage under a large tree. Continuous aerial surveillance ensured that their movements were tracked without interruption. As the motorcycles paused, the ambush was launched with devastating effect, resulting in the neutralization of numerous terrorists and further recovery of war material. This successful interception disrupted the terrorist plans and significantly diminished their strength. A leader among his troops, the atmosphere in the regional capital, Bobo Dioulasso, was electric with excitement and anticipation as President Ibrahim Traore made a highly anticipated visit to the front lines. This visit underscored the president's commitment to the ongoing struggle and solidarity with his troops. The streets were lined with enthusiastic residents waving flags and chanting in support of their leader. The president's convoy, heavily guarded and accompanied by a mix of local security forces and military personnel, moved through the main avenues of the city, greeted by crowds that had gathered since early morning. President Traore's arrival came at a crucial time, as his administration had been actively engaged in addressing security challenges in the region. His decision to visit the front lines was seen as a morale-boosting gesture, reaffirming his dedication to the cause and his readiness to stand with his fighters in their most challenging moments. In a stirring speech delivered to the assembled troops and local volunteers, President Traore expressed deep gratitude for their unwavering courage and commitment. He acknowledged the remarkable work of their predecessors and emphasized the improved equipment and support now available to them. His words resonated with the troops, boosting their morale and reinforcing their resolve to continue the fight against terrorism. The operations near the Mali border and the subsequent ambush in the Mohan Deep Forest have significantly weakened the terrorist threat. However, the evolving security landscape requires continuous vigilance and cooperation between Burkina Faso and Ghana. As the situation develops, the combined efforts of military forces, local communities, and international partners remain crucial in securing the region and ensuring peace and stability. For the people of Burkina Faso and Ghana, President Traore stated, "The path forward." President Ibrahim Traore's leadership and the successful military operations reflect a broader commitment to transforming Burkina Faso and enhancing regional security. His efforts are a testament to the power of young, dedicated leadership in driving positive change. As Burkina Faso continues to navigate the complexities of regional security, the nation looks to President Traore with hope and confidence in a safer and more prosperous future. Through his strategic vision and unwavering commitment to his country, President Traore is not only changing the face of Burkina Faso, but also setting a powerful example for young leaders across Africa. His story is one of courage, resilience, and the transformative impact of effective leadership. Thank you for joining us and exploring this remarkable journey. If you appreciate the content we produce on this channel, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world.
You officially and formally hand over the keys to these highly tactical and advanced engineering vehicles. Take the necessary time to provide comprehensive training to the team members so that they can be thoroughly prepared for the effective use of these resources. Remember that we are in a world of predation. To have peace, we must make war.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter with integrity and heart. Our commitment is